So the deal is this. If you go for an interview, you are in sales. You are going to sell a product that is called yourself. So you cannot expect yourself to pass an interview if you don't have selling skills. So today I want to share with you some of the responses that you need to give when asked certain questions in an interview. My name is Joseph Mcheriwa and I help organizations and individuals sell more and get better results. And I've been doing this for the past 10 years. So, you've been invited for an interview and there are certain questions that you need to know how to answer. Do you know that many people go through the interview after having lost the job just by failing to answer the first question? And what is the first question that is normally asked in an interview? Tell us about yourself. So when the interviewer says, tell us about yourself, you need to understand what they are not asking you to tell them about you. Number one, you should understand that when they say, tell us about yourself, they are not asking you to tell them about your life story. Where you were born, how you were raised, where your grandfathers came from. All that is not necessary when they are asking you to tell them about yourself. The second thing that they are not asking you about is your struggles with life. What did you struggle with growing up? Getting to where you are today. What are the struggles that you faced? They are not interested in that. Then number three, they are not interested in how bad life has treated you. Like in my book called The Pharaoh Model of Leadership, I talk about the encounter between Jacob and Pharaoh, where Pharaoh, just the moment he met Jacob, his first question was, how old are you? So don't you find it strange that at times you meet someone for the first time and you start by asking how old they are? So when Jacob was asked by Pharaoh, how old are you? He said, the years of my pilgrimage has been 130 years. My years have been short and difficult and have not attained to the same level of my forefathers during their pilgrimage. Immediately, Pharaoh dismissed him. Why? Because he had an opportunity to talk about something positive that he has learned throughout his life to the age that he was at. What does he decide to do? He talks about his struggles. He talks about how bad life had treated him, and Pharaoh had no time for such people. So in the same vein, in an interview, when they ask you to tell them about yourself, they're not interested about how bad life has treated you, which has placed you now in a position where you desperately need this job. You are disqualifying yourself during this interview. So the second question then becomes, what is it that they are asking you about? Number one, they are asking you about the value that you are going to bring to the organization. Tell us about yourself. What is it that you bring to the organization? What are your competencies? What have you trained in? What skills have you developed over the years that you now carry, that you now possess, that can benefit them? What abilities do you have that can make a difference? Because when they are hiring, they are looking for somebody who is able to make a difference through the skills that they have. So they want you to tell them about the skills that you have. And number three, how can you help us move forward? All of that is encapsulated in a question, tell us about yourself. So they want to know how you're able to help them move forward. How then do you answer? I call it the 3 A's. The 3 A's that you should pinpoint to them during your response to the question, tell us about yourself. The first A is accomplishments. Tell them of your accomplishments. Now, you are not supposed to come out as arrogant, but you are humbly sharing with them the accomplishments that you had over the years that you've been working in other organizations or over the years that you've been working on your own, but they need to know the accomplishments that you've achieved. And the second A is your abilities. What abilities do you have that make you unique and different from all the other candidates? Then the third A is applicability. How are those accomplishments, abilities applicable to their current situation? Well, because if you've got accomplishments, you've got abilities, but they are not applicable to the current situation, then they become irrelevant. You have to conclude by asking questions. The person who asks questions is the one that is in charge of the conversation. What are the gaps that you are looking forward to filling by hiring for this position? If you respond to this question this way, you are 50% towards landing this dream job of yours. because you would have done a good job in selling yourself. So no matter what you do, wherever you are, you should know that you are in sales. You should learn how to sell yourself and your competencies. If you are new to this channel, I would ask you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so when you upload these new educational videos, you will be notified.